This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. And you're in and I'll be reacting to Dudley Do-Right, Bruce Willis' cousins' reaction to Young Thug's lyrics and the prosecutor. Now, stick and stay, support.
IGSTS, SAF Moe, Rhyme, BOGP. 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 IGSTS, SAF Moe, Rhyme, BOGP.
This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. And I'll be reacting to Bruce Dudley Do-Right Willis' reaction to the prosecutors commenting on Young Thug's lyrics and the possible defenses against the RICO Act. That Bruce Rivers, the super liar, he dropped a couple different videos. I told his ass, don't drop another video. Told him, don't listen. Do not drop another video. Stop dropping videos, bro. Make you a damn Bruce Willis Die Hard 15 or some shit. Stop dropping these whack ass videos. I'm glad you stopped that bullshit ass intro you got. But y'all hold on, stick and stay. Thank you for your support. And I'll get right back and I'll come right back and get right back into my reaction to Bruce Willis, Dudley Do-Right's comments on Young Thug.
What do you got to say about SAF Moe saying white MFers?
I don't give a fuck what anybody says, because it's America and you should be able to do and say what the fuck you want. God bless America.
Welcome back. You're in the girl pit. I'm SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer to all. Not a lawyer. Not a lawyer. I'm SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. I did a couple of different things while I was in the joint. Nothing, nothing major. But I did have time enough to check out the law, and I understand the law enough, and I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I don't have a JD. I'm not trying to get a JD. This man, Bruce Springsteen, Rivers, whoever the fuck he call himself, Alfalfa, when he was young, I guess he did. He does remind me of Alfalfa. This cat right here is claimed to be a super lawyer, and he's gonna tell us ins and outs. His biggest thing is stop snitching. Snitch, a pot caller, kettle back. You're the biggest snitch out there, Bruce Willis, Rivers, super liar. Biggest snitch out there. But let's just check out this video he does. So he's basically shading on the slot side, trying to respond back to my last video when I said that the RICO Act and the Conspiracy Act is unconstitutional because it does not allow you defense. He doesn't comment on it. Video is wild because the video is so short, bro. The video is super short, right? It's like a minute when he's commenting on the defense that they have. Right? The reason he's commenting on it because he doesn't want us to tell you that there's no defense to it. He doesn't want to tell you that it's unconstitutional. So this is real short video, this real short demo. Let's check this out real quick.
And in that one, which is interesting, Judge, which you'll hear in the evidence of this case, is this is a hybrid gang. This gang isn't pure bloods. There are rolling 60s in it, Crips. There are 30 deep. It is a combination of many different gangs to form this gang.
That's going to be a little bit of a weakness in their argument. But
so right now he's saying it's weakness in the state's argument, right? He's saying the state argument's trying to prove that their organization is it's sort of weak because it's so many different people. All right, let's go, Big Bruce Willis.
You know,
Give me
and the
business.
reason being is
Give me the business, Bruce
they
Willis.
have to prove that an organization exists, you know, for the RICO to attach. And without an organization, you know, then you say, well, I'm not part of that gang. I'm part of this gang over here. And I guarantee you that's going to be part of their defense.
So now Bruce Rivers, super liar, is responding to that there is a possible defense. Well, he's lying to you. That's what he's paid to do. He knows that he's lying, because by them saying that they're not an organization, what they're doing is they're entering into the state's argument, right? I mean, they're trying to defend themselves against what the state knows they're not a criminal organization, right? Because if you watch my last video and you listen to Bruce Willis talk, you know, you've seen his last sequel film, you know, they say that they're a criminal organization. Okay, and they use the RICO Act to prosecute mobsters. I remember when they were prosecuting gang leaders, selling dope and shit like that. So organization, criminal. Okay, we can establish that YSL is an organization, but where's the criminality at it? So when you had the mobsters and you had the drug dealers, when I had a mobster, I had bodies, I had people being extorted, I had different things they were doing. So I could connect their crimes to their organization. Same with the drug dealers, gangsters. You know what I'm saying? When they was out there selling dope on the streets, I could say, Blase Skippy, connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? With this man, young Jeffrey Williams, what are you connecting him to? You can't show me a body. You can't show me no dope that he sold. You can't show me nothing. All you can say is that his lyrics, the words that came out his mouth, is the reason why he could be charged with a crime. Now, here's the problem I have with Bruce Rivers, because he wants you to enter into that thought process like this shit is legitimate. Like they had legitimately can charge you, and here's your defense. Well, he's basically telling you that an alibi is a defense. Alibi is not a defense. You know what I'm saying? This is SAF Moe. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm gonna hit you up. An alibi is not a defense. Alibi, just what it does is it says that I wasn't there that night. So when they go to charge you with it, they can't charge you with a crime of murder if you can prove that you weren't there. It's not a defense. It's just it removes that reasonable doubt out of it, right? So when they go sit down in the jury and they look around, you can file for it. The charges are dismissed because there's not enough substantial evidence to prove that you were there. You just send it to the jury. Have the jury not be able to check that box because it's reasonable doubt. He wasn't there. His boss saying he was at work. So it's not a defense. An alibi. It's not a defense. But what he's trying to make you believe is like, oh yeah, we're going to combat the state with this defense. Defense is, there's something called an affirmative defense. Affirmative defense is what these cops been using to kill these unarmed black men. They use they have immunity, so they exempts them. It mitigates their circumstances, so you can never file first degree murder against a cop. It's difficult to file first degree murder against a cop. Why? Because they're going to say that he's got affirmative defense. He was acting under the color of the law. So what he's trying to play games. This 3-card Marty liar fox. You know, he's not telling you that this charge is unconstitutional. Bruce, instead of filming this next movie, hit me up in my box. Ask me why I'm saying it's unconstitutional. Anytime you want to get down, partner, anytime you want to sit up and chop it up, I will whip your ass in the law. I don't have no JD, but I understand what the truth is, and you can play games all you want, but you can't hide. You can't hide. Let's keep going.
Is that, you know, this isn't the organization. What are you talking? And the fact that you have different factions kind of weakens their argument just a little bit. And see, YSL, a lot of people look at it as a music label, and I'll bet you any money that they'll get a gang expert, to say YSL is not a criminal gang.
So here we go again with the defense. So, all right, if anybody played chess, it's SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. You know, disclaimer, SAF Moe is not a lawyer, prison lawyer, pro se, filed a couple of pro se briefs. Really, I'm not that intelligent. So when you play chess, I get on the board, I set up a strategy. My strategy is my opening move. When I push my first pawn towards you, or whatever I do, That's an opening move. What I'm trying to do is bait you into my strategy so I can institute my tactics in order to checkmate you. Okay? So this cat is telling us that YSL or their defense should be go hire an expert to combat the state gang. Expert, right? And we know that the state's been collecting data on us for the longest. And if anybody has an expert, I think most of these task force gang members themselves are more educated about gangs than gang members themselves. So for him to say that, oh, they're gonna go hire an expert, or we'll hire, or he'll suggest go hire an expert to combat the state. How do you combat the state when the state's bringing their own experts and they have this thing that they do? More than likely, you're gonna believe a cop. Cop get up there and say, "I've been a cop for 30 years and I've done this." You're gonna believe they're expert, and that's who they're gonna have testify. Even if the defense goes out and buys this guy. I mean, so even if the defense goes out and grabs Eazy-E, exhumes his body, brings his corpse to the courtroom, and has Eazy-E testify that YSL is not a gang, they're gonna believe the state before they believe Eazy-E, and he's the original of gangster music, right? Eazy-E, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how they get down, right? You know, so. And was NWA a gang? Was Death Row a gang? You understand? Come on, man. Stop this. These are shenanigans. Let's listen to it. He's got a couple more seconds. I don't know if y'all got up and got some popcorn. Listen to this clown.
The defense will, anyway.
Okay, that was the first video. Let's do the second video. Second video is a little bit longer as he gets into the lyrics. The first video probably was a shot back at SAF Moe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm the super lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I charge you $300 an hour. Super lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You know, $300 an hour so you can pay me to go to jail, right? So with that being said, let's check out the second video.
And in that one, which is interesting, Judge, which you'll hear in the evidence of this case, this is a hybrid gang. This gang isn't pure bloods. There are rolling 60s in it, right? Crips. There are 30 deep. It is a combination of many different gangs to form this gang.
When was that Act 74 music video?
This is the long one right here.
Which one, Judge? I'm sorry.
Act 74, you said.
Act 74 was 4/12/18, Judge.
Okay.
And again, the way as we addressed it in our evidence, Judge, we essentially addressed that as a confession by a party opponent.
So remember what I said? There's a thing called hearsay. So you can't, out of court statements are generally considered hearsay unless they fall within one of the exceptions to the rule. And a statement by a party opponent or admission by a party opponent or an admission to against pecuniary interest or.
So what he's doing, again, he's playing his game. He's trying to establish the fact that the state has the right to charge you for hearsay. So hearsay is his lyrics, right? We heard his lyrics. Right, and we're going to utilize that, implement it in the court, and use his lyrics because they're part of a criminal organization or criminal acts he's done and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm still waiting for them to put the dope on the table, or put the body on the table, or put the person who was beat up on the table. Bring me a body. Show me somebody. You know what I'm saying? Name a person. You know, it's not this abstract. You know, you said these lyrics, and all of a sudden these lyrics are criminal because we believe that you're a gang. Come on, man. Stop it.
And basic or penal interest. So what I mean by that is, so you have admission to a crime. You know, you wouldn't. Why would you admit to a crime if you didn't really commit it? You know, so that's what the rationale for the rule is. Basically, the rule says that if you are admitting to a crime, it comes into evidence. If and the other one is the statement by a party opponent.
Alfalfa, what crime is he admitting to? What crime? What crime? You keep saying you utilize hearsay as being a reason you can bring this evidence in, but you're still not producing anything. It's all circumstantial. It's all circumstantial. So you trying to introduce this information on a crime that he supposedly committed? I don't understand this shit. I'm confused. Maybe I should go give me a JD.
Opponent. He sort of mixed the rules together.
Your Honor, on Act 78 from 11519, it's a video called Bad Boy. Now, understand
I mean, here's the thing. How many of these videos are they using? A lot. And that's why I keep telling these guys, stop yourself snitching.
Okay, now this dude done went too motherfucking far, right? So he points to that bogus ass hat he got. Stop snitching. You the biggest. I'm gonna let you know you the biggest snitch of them all. You're a snitch. Bruce Willis, Alfalfas, whoever you want to be, Dudley Do Right. You the biggest snitch. So he gets pissed off. It's like, well, stop snitching, Blase Skippy, whatever. SAF Moe, why do you say this statute is unconstitutional? It's real simple. And if he was honest with you, he would tell you. There's something in the law called, it's a presumption. It's called a conclusive presumption. What is a conclusive presumption? A conclusive presumption is something that goes like, I'm going to charge you with something, say you did it, make allegations against you and say you did it, but you have to defend yourself against it. Well, there's no defense. He's trying to make it seem like they do have a defense. Oh, you just have to counter the state's argument. Well, you can't counter the state's argument. And so, again, it's just like chess. I fall into your strategy, you use your tactics, you have a defense, you win. 9 times out of 10. There's some exceptions to the case, but 9 times out of 10, if I fall into your strategy, if I start trying to rebut your rebuttals, and you have experts, you have established this case, you move forward first, and I'm fighting on a defense. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna side. The judge, the jury is gonna side with the state. The problem with a conclusive presumption, because it in turns makes whatever I'm being charged with unconstitutional, because I cannot defend myself against it. What are you talking about, SAF Moe? Bruce Rivers, super lawyer, super liar, Superman, just said that he has a defense. Well, what he's not telling you, there's certain things called a affirmative defense. Affirmative defense. That means if I commit a murder today, I can say self-defense. Now, self-defense, like most people say, that's the reason why we established I got something to say, and you're in a grill pit. You're in a grill pit. The reason we established this is because the lies are being told. Most people believe all you have to do is say it was self-defense. Well, they're going to look at the facts in the case and be like, well, you can't utilize self-defense because the police report says you were the aggressor. How can you use self-defense? And the other thing about a self-defense argument or defense or affirmative defense is that the judge must allow that offense, because what it does by you being able to use that defense, it mitigates or exempts you from the charge, right? So when a cop kills an unarmed black person, he can say, I'm a cop. He was acting against the state, right? So what I'm trying to tell him is with a conclusive presumption, it doesn't give you an affirmative defense. So all you're doing is combating the state's allegations against you, which 9 times out of 10, they've done a great job of proving that you are that individual, so you cannot win. So it's basically saying it's a no-win situation. Again, we're playing chess. You're going into a strategy with an individual who's already established the fact that these are the rules and regulations, and I'm gonna win. There's very few outlets from it. And like I said, once you go down that rabbit hole, you can't come out. So that's why I said initially, why aren't they challenging the constitutionality of the statute? Why this man don't have no defense? He's done nothing to no one other than allegations in a rap song. You know what I'm saying? Or stuff you're trying to constructively connect to him. You know what I'm saying? That he did not do. So what's going on?
Every one of these guys should be wearing a fucking hat. Just so when they get up in the morning, oh, I got my hat.
Nobody want to wear your bogus ass hat, Alfalfa.
And oh, you know what? Rivers said, don't fucking snitch on yourself. And they'd be better off.
And it said, last N-word tried me, almost got popped at Lennox. Asked the cops, asked the detectives, they know all the business. Asked the cops and the detective all the jurisdictions. Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. he handles all the killings.
Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. Here's the thing. I wouldn't want it to be in anybody's rap song unless it's completely fictional. No one's going to know how much my fees are. And the problem is when a lawyer takes that kind of money, if he in fact did, if any of it's traceable to criminal activity, that lawyer's on the fucking hook. But well, let's keep going.
Mob business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all the kittens.
So he just said kill the biggest cats with all the killings. So I'm wondering, does he mean cats? Because he said kittens. So I mean, if we're utilizing these terms and taking them on their plain face, everything he says is real for reality. What's he talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it gets it. You start crossing this line where, you know, I mean, do we just pick and choose the words that we wanna believe that's connected to a crime? I mean, what's going on here?
And here's the other thing. So a judge is listening to this, and he's talking about cops. He's talking about. I mean, there's some premeditation here. There's a flagrant disregard for the system, for the rule.
Mr. Bruce Willis, Alfalfa, Dudley Do Right. There is a flagrant disrespect for your system, and I'm gonna give it to you. You feel me? 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 Fuck you, fuck your system, fuck your police officers, fuck all y'all. Until you see how he reacted to that whole $2 million deal. Now I wonder if he was reacting like that when unarmed black men were being killed in the streets. You know what I'm saying? When he had that same reaction, 2 million. 2 million. He probably was acting like the 2 million is like, damn, why is he charging so little bit of money, you know, should be charging more like 20 million. You know what I'm saying? You know, so my deal is this, you know, if it's so easy to charge a man with a conspiracy charge who hasn't committed a crime, well, we know there's been crimes committed by these police officers, right? You know, we've seen them in broad daylight on video kill unarmed black men. So why aren't they utilizing the conspiracy charge against them? All those individuals around them, RICO Act against them, all those individuals around them. Why aren't they utilizing that? Why is it so easy to charge an individual who has not committed a crime with a charge and try to give him life in prison? But we see people commit crime every day. Police officers, every day, outright crimes, and they do no time. But I wonder where Bruce Rivers, super lawyer, super liar, super liar lawyer, IGSTS, this is SAF Moe. You're in the grill pit. Only way he set in that 100-to-1 ratio. What was he doing? Telling motherfuckers who was getting charged 100-to-1 and doing crack cocaine. He was the same lawyer telling you, you know you have to do all this time because it's crack cocaine. It's not cocaine. You should have had powder. Powder, not crack cocaine. So they make you believe somehow the system right is right. Like that makes sense. Like so you fall like, damn man, the game is to have powder, not crack cocaine. And it's like, instead of challenge the Constitution of the statute, why am I getting so much time for the same thing? Well, he'll be the type, Bruce Rivers, a liar, but you understand that chemically it's different. And you be like, dude, there's no difference in it. But you'll sit here arguing with this dude because he's so connected with the court. You're the snitch. You're the snitch. You're the snitch. Stop snitching. You stop snitching. Put them hats on, you wear. Damn fool.
Rule of law.
Clown ass.
And don't think that's not lost on the judge.
Well, he's
For the record, fuck the judge.
stated, YSL ruled the world, kid. 24 million on an N-word's head. Y'all just start bringing me the money. Man, y'all stop playing with me. That was in reference to gang activity and basically evidence that he is in charge and all the money goes to and flows through Mr. Williams.
What fucking money? Where money? What are they doing? These guys selling kilotons? I mean, what are they doing? The real motherfuckers out there selling the real work. They out there working for the motherfucking people, and they ain't even getting slapped on the wrist. So you trying to connect, you trying to make this man out something he's not. Like I said, show me something. Show me some guns. I mean real guns. Not some shit he got at the house. Show me some real guns. Show me some real dope. Show me some real prostitution. Show me something real. Other than these motherfucking bogus ass lyrics this cat done put together that y'all trying to utilize to make it be something it's not. Come on, man. Let's keep going.
So you don't have to know who your co-conspirators are. You don't have to touch anything. But if you're pulling the strings, you're just as guilty as the person who pulled the trigger.
Oh, why does that don't work for cops? When you know, when they pull the trigger and there's other cops around, you know what I'm saying? When 52 cops come up because a dude didn't use his turning signal. You got all these cops, hyper aggressive, white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Angry about, I don't know. I have no clue why they motherfucking angry, but they angry. And they pull up on you, and one of them get out of control because he knows he get out of control because they know they got that blue wall, and they know they all connected together, including Mr. Bruce Willis. They all connected together, so they know they're going to defend each other. So when he gets out and he pulls a gun on you and he shoots you, and nobody else is charged with it, why is that okay? In their situation, but in this situation, they're trying to say that it's okay to charge him with these charges when there's nothing. I'm like, come on, let's go.
There's a social media post titled Slatty, S-L-A-T-T-Y.
These social media posts, that's not art, obviously, right? But it is a statement that is going to screw you, and you guys stay off social media. You know, I did a...
Hey, Bruce, won't you stay the fuck off social media? Won't you stay so? Don't you do something, man? Something, like I said, ain't a sequel you need to make. I like your movies. Like, this shit is garbage. Just stick to the movies.
Podcast with a guy, and he was very right when he said that when you like today, if it's not on social media, it doesn't exist. So a lot of these guys need to get their street cred and their clout, and the only way they do that is by putting it on social media. But guess what? That is self-snitching.
There's no such thing as a street cred through social media. The social media and street cred aren't the same thing. At least not in my generation of individuals. So when he tries to connect the two and be like social media, street cred, yeah, they do a lot of foolish shit to get views, right? But come on, man. Street cred is street cred. Street cred comes from the street. It comes from the bricks. So it's two different things. You understand? So all this other shit is just foolishness. And I don't know. I don't know how these white motherfuckers fit into this shit, you know, coming down, other than needing to fill the jail cells with individuals. So, you know, increase their plantation. I don't know how they play into it, but let's try to finish up the rest of this shit.
Lyrics stating, I killed this man in front of his mama, I guess sister and his cousin. I shoot out, kill him, not leave a trace. It says, you think you a gangster, you got a pistol, look at my trigger start itching. YSL, we going overboard. And again, YSL is a direct reference to Young Slime Life, the criminal street gang.
Sitting in court listening to this is fucking painful, you know, from a defense lawyer standpoint, because it's like,
In Act 132 from 5/13/21, Judge, a conversation where Williams asks the others in the conversation, y'all ain't beat him up.
So this is the only hearsay conversation we're having about him talking to someone and asking him about some hypothetical shit that did or did not happen, because I don't even see the guy he supposedly had beat up or no names or anything like that. Maybe it's gonna be a surprise witness. I don't know. But like I said, this is the only thing they're connecting to a phone call that something theoretically, hypothetically happened that he's supposed to do time for. I mean, how is this not wasting the state's money?
Or shot him yet? Y'all N-word getting soft. And I believe that's directing the activity of the gang. to stand up for the reputation of the gang and not be disrespected.
So what's happening here is, okay, if you go back and you watch some of my videos, you go on, and I react to drill, okay?
No, we don't want to go back and watch shit that you have to offer, Bruce. In fact, go do something with your life, man. For real. You know, stop making these bogus ass videos lying to the people. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to sit down and chop it up, you know, and figure shit out, I'll figure it out for you. You understand? But the reason why this platform we thought was so important is because individuals like yourself, you know, you're the type of motherfucker to try to make a motherfucker get time when there's no time. You know what I'm saying? Try to make a motherfucker plead out, you know, just dumb shit like that, and believe somehow that the system should be set up where the person with the most money should get the most benefits. And it's not like that. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. It's just about what type of money you got to get out of charges the state is waging against you. And it's RICO conspiracy charge is the same shit. I'm using RICO and conspiracy together. I know there's two separate charges. Correct me if I'm confusing people, but I just see them as the same bullshit. Because I understand how they're being utilized by the state. And instead of him telling you the truth and being honest with you, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting there saying that there is a defense when he knows there's no defense. There's no affirmative defense. And there's a difference. Affirmative defense is something recognized by the court. When you enter into it, it mitigates the circumstances, right? It mitigates. So he could say, I'm a rapper, I'm an entertainer. You know, all the money you're trying to say that I didn't derive from any criminal entity. I didn't derive from selling dope. I didn't derive it from anything. I derived from making music. So first and foremost, I'm an entertainer. That's all I am. So why are you bringing these charges against me when there's no? That's like charging a person on TV. Or why aren't you going after these record companies who push this bullshit? These platforms that play this bullshit. Why aren't you? Well, because really you could be like they're exempt because they didn't make the music. Well, why is there no exempts for individuals who make music and understandably make music until you can pin this dude with a crime that he committed or put a gun in his hand or put him conspiring to kill someone? I understand what a conspiracy is. When you just say his music, we're going to bring these music up. They're abstract lyrics that mean anything. That's something he said. We're going to utilize that against him to convict him because he's making too much money. He's got too much control over these individuals. Then that itself is a crime, Mr. Bruce Willis, Dudley Do Right. And yeah, really, I know what you. I appreciate you, the fact that you're not using that bullshit ass intro that you use. And on top of that, I checked out some of the comments. And most people think that he's a joke, and rightly they should think that he's a goddamn clown, super clown. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not actually dealing with any substantive information. He's not providing anything for you. He's commenting on these things, and because he has a law degree, which I don't have, he has. He feels as though he's an expert on the situation. And they had this old adage that I came across as a criminal defendant. That's subsequently an inmate, that they say that a fool represents itself, or a fool who represents itself. A person who represents itself has a fool for a client. That's how it goes. So whatever. I beg to differ. I believe an individual who believes that a lawyer is going to save his life, Superman, he's white Superman, or who black Superman, it don't matter. With females, this is not John, it doesn't have gender orientation or anything like that. It's a white supremacy structure. So fuck your system. And you're utilizing it. And I'm not a pro Jeffrey Williams. I don't give no fuck about them. Fuck them. But I'm just saying what's right is right. You know what I'm saying? And for you to believe somehow what they're doing to this individual is right, it's just going to slowly come down to you, right? So you let them take him, eventually they're going to come take you. So we got to stand up for something. With that being said, I'm SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. See it? You see it in the dig? Check this out. Get your drill. It's a no drill. Get your no drill from us. SAF Moe, IGSTS. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out, thank all the fans, thank all the supporters. Ron B in the middle, good looking. That's my man's. And we're going to keep trying to bring you the low, info. You know what I'm saying? You dig? You dig? Real pit. Yeah. I'm out. Going on the record right now. Unless somebody cooperates with the state in this case, they all get time. And I'm sure, because I'm a big fan, reader, like to read, Kill a Mockingbird, Tom Robinson, when he gets convicted of a crime he did not commit, raping that white girl, his lawyer tells him, don't worry, we gonna get him on appeal. I'm gonna leave you with that. Listen, they could, when it comes to defeating the expert witness for the state, the defense can go exhume Eazy-E, bring him to court and have him testify. His testimony wouldn't be as valid as the state argument. So there's really, what I'm saying is there's not a lot the state can do or the defense team can do to combat the state lies, right? So when you go into trying to defend yourself against their lies and fall into their strategy or their trap or their whatever they're creating, and you try to argue against it, you're gonna lose. I just said you go get Eazy-E, one of the founders of gangster music, to tell him that YSL is not a gang. Is NWA a gang? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. You can get anybody you want because their witnesses are going to override your witnesses. Because again, they've been utilizing what we say, what we do. They've been taking photos of us and following us because that's what they're great at doing, right? You know, so they're going to be able to combat whatever conversation you bring to the table with their own experts. And they are the experts, believe it or not. So, and on the slide, without mentioning my name, figure like he's trying to jay back at me. Don't shade. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm talking directly to you. Bruce, motherfucking Rivers, Willis, Alfalfa. And I'm gonna stand on what I say. It's unconstitutional. Why you say that, SAF Moe? Explain that to you. You understand? So I'm commenting on the couple of videos he dropped. But check out this demo, bro. The one that he claims that there's a defense, that Young Thug has a defense, is super. SAF Moe, prison lawyer with my man
Ron B in the middle.
You're in a real pit.
Bitch.
Come check us out. June 26th, we're gonna be at Stillwater Prison celebrating Father's Day. A lot of speakers, free food. Gonna be demonstrating, trying to break those people up out of there. Ron B, what you got to say?
Shout out to the convicted felons doing better than the people with no felonies.
Put the camera back on me. It's SAF Moe, your prison lawyer.
You in the grill pit, bitch. You in the grill pit, bitch.
You in the grill pit.
You in the grill pit, bitch.
You in the
You in the
grill pit.
grill pit, bitch. You in the grill pit, bitch.